Yo, what's good, everybody? Joey J. Ping here, checking in live, respectmyregion.com. Day one, Hall of Flowers, Ventura. Our journey today brought to you guys by Canna Brand Solutions. I'm here with Tyler Smith, the Chief Vibe Officer, one of the original founders of Three Bros. You guys have been growing weed for a long time. You guys have been selling weed for a long time.
Yeah, I've probably been growing it personally for 15 years or maybe more now, I don't know. Cannabis years, it's like 10 to 1, dogs 7 to 1, so I feel like I've been going for 100 years in this space,
You guys are one of the OGs in this California market, though. From a brand perspective, people definitely walk around and say that about you.
That's super cool. I feel like it's just about hanging in there and just staying in business. Really is I feel like you get put in that OG kind of category. But you start getting a little gray in the beard and stuff too. And,
hey, I feel that, man. Well, today is day one officially of this new Ventura edition. We've been to a number of these before. You guys come out of the Santa Cruz area. It's a beautiful area and it's historic for weed.
It is, yeah. No, the Santa Cruz, the mountains there, the Appalachian kind of vibe there. There's all kinds of outdoor has been growing for years there. I think before people have been doing indoor, and obviously, the indoor thing was kind of hidden for a long time, that, and that's in the era that I started too, in the 215 era. So, they've probably been growing weed in those mountains since the 60s or whatever. I think the Blue Dream is rumored to have been started there in the 60s or 70s, which was the first strain that I started growing too.
Wow. So, first one I ever grew to. I just knew it was going to be. I knew it was going to taste like blueberries when it came out at the end of the day.
I love growing the Blue Dream. She's super forgiving. You can do well, and has that, it kind of has that nostalgic smell and flavor that people, have grown to love over the years. So
now, Tyler, you guys have 3 jars here that are big ones. I see a classic Silver Surfer, a Black Velvet, and a Glitter Bomb. Talk to me about what you guys are growing these days. What's on the? What's the latest with Three Bros?
We're trying to grow what the consumer wants. You want to make sure, but you want to find new strains that are fun. And I feel right now, the purple kind of trend has kind of been happening, but I'd say it's kind of dying off, the purple candy thing, which is cool because I like to see a variety of strains. But the one people really been liking for us is this Black Velvet. She tests super high, and she's just a chunky, beautiful strain. So, and the Silver Surfer is one that we've been doing from around the beginning. That was one that we hunted years ago, and we're just we're
Glitter Bomb is another popular one too. I remember discovering that one a couple years ago.
A lot of people have had that one. We're kind of going back to our roots and working on developing some more proprietary stuff. So when we first came out, we hunted a lot of seeds, and we had a lot of very proprietary stuff, and I did a little bit of breeding, but more we were just hunting seeds of other breeders, and we had a lot of good luck finding some really cool strains. So we're getting back into that. We have some new ones coming.
You were saying the brand kind of got going 2016, 2017, 2018, that 3-year window where we start formulating this legal version of the brand, or this adult use version of the brand.
Yeah, we were there for the whole rollout of legal cannabis in California. So it was very early on, those first licenses that you got, and the first packaging that was required, and just all the different hoops. We just lit all the hoops on fire and just kept jumping through them as needed. It was just ongoing,
What do you think has been the most important aspect or thing that you guys have done or decision you've made that's helped with this longevity of your guys' brand?
You got to just keep showing up no matter what state you are in as a brand, whether or not you're having the best year of your life in sales, or you're just struggling and you're just trying to figure out how to keep a foothold in the space. There was times when we were in hundreds of stores, and then the distro we were with went out of business, so we fell off, and we were self-distro, and then we had our own store, and we were literally in our own store for a while there. That was it. And then we just kept pushing, kept going, and then we just kept relaunching. But we stayed active in social media and just kept showing up at the shows, and I just kept showing up. Hey, we're still here. So
the network is strong when people know Three Bros.
And they just recognize the face and the vibe and the brand, and you just keep showing up. And
what's the story of Three Bros? Who are the bros? You're a bro.
Three Bros.
You're a chief bro officer.
I'm one of the original bros. One of the original CE bro. So the original bros is my younger brother Russ, and then our friend Mark, and we all had our in the Prop 215 days, we all had our own little grows and our own little things going on, and I always had a job. I was a pro surfer, and then I was a rep, but I always had like, the thing in the shed or and my whole like cannabising kept expanding as my pro career was over, and I went on to be like a rep selling clothes or selling surf clothes, and yeah, that thing kept expanding. And at a certain point, I had to decide, like, do I want to be a rep and keep doing that, or do I want to go into cannabis? And I just, even though I was a pro surfer and was so in that world, I decided to go into cannabis, and we had to get our first legal spot, so we teamed up on it.
I feel like looking at the branding of it, I feel like I'm looking at like surf merch meets Three Bros cannabis
You know what I mean?
culture.
Represent.
Right?
And, being that I was a pro and that I was like, in my career I was with like Volcom and Vans and Body Glove and Oakley, and like I was with all these like really cool, well-marketed brands, and I got to see under the hood, because being a pro on the team, I was essentially a part of the marketing team.
Absolutely.
And I got to see how they marketed their companies and how they were presented themselves to the market. And when we had our own brand to launch, I just that's what I knew, so we kind of went with the surfy kind of California surf vibe.
I love it, man. It was one of the original brands for me that really fit the niche.
Cool.
Look at Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
I have family in Scotts Valley.
Oh, right on.
My family grew up in the Morgan Hill, San Jose, all that area where I was born.
Yeah.
And so my uncle is from that surf culture.
Great.
And so I gravitated towards this right away when I thought, oh, this is one of those Cali brands.
Yeah,
we
couldn't help it. It was who we
so
were,
dope.
And who we are. And still am, really, it's like the wave, we're in Ventura, there's small little glassy waves out front. I got to be here in the booth, but I want to go surf.
You want to go be out there for sure.
Maybe after the show, but yeah, so we're keeping it real.
Tyler, walk me through the rest of the products, because there's buyers here that want to check out your stuff. So I see a rebrand on the packaging here from what I've seen in the past.
Yes.
That's the thing that stands out the most is the artwork.
This is like Kevin Walsh, a friend of mine who's like a well-known like Santa Cruz artist. We had him like,
sick.
I said, bro, can you like encompass kind of like, what do you think, Santa Cruz like lifestyle brand would be? And he threw out he literally sketched this on a napkin.
That pelican smoking weed is so dope.
It's really cool, yeah. So he nailed it. He sketched something out on a napkin, and I was like, that's the one, So we've gotten behind that because it's, it's definitely. It kind of represents who we are, where we're from.
One of the first joints I ever bought in California was your guys' pre-rolls back in the day.
Thank you.
Do you have a favorite strain or a couple strains?
I feel like the nostalgia for the Silver Surfer, just the way it burns, is a really good one, and this one's like a pretty heavy one, the Black Velvet. I don't know, they're all good, and we have we kind of scrutinize the lineup of strains that we have, and there's like some there's some good QC that goes into the product in general. And we pride ourselves on being like an affordable brand. So if you come to market or if you go into a store and you see our brand, we're super affordable, because I would consider us kind of like a workman's brand, right? I want everyone to to be able to afford to come in and be able to purchase Three Bros products every time.
We want weed to get to the people at the end of the day, right? We want to get weed in people's hands. We don't want it sitting on shelves.
Yeah, we want to take care of people and
help with that.
And turn the product, keep it fresh, keep people stoked. And we actually are at this show. We're launching a new product, which is our this is our rosin gummies. We got all these flavors. They're really, really nice and
beautiful.
Yeah, so we got some unique flavor profiles with these. They're, rosin, which I feel like is kind of the premium way to get an edible and consume edibles. And they're actually super affordable. We're coming in real competitive with everyone, if not the best, highest quality products in the market.
I love that.
Just so we can take care of people,
Tyler, I appreciate you sharing the story and giving us an update. Now, before we get you out of the last one for you, what's the message to the people? What do you want to the retailers? What do you want the people to know about Three Bros as we get through the rest of 2026?
I would say just kind of like what I was touching on. It's we have the most affordable, highest quality product in the market, and we want to do that so that people can afford to, get the high-end stuff every time, not just some of the time, right? This isn't like special occasion stuff, even though it is on the high end. It can be, right? It's for all occasions, and we just want to take care of people, and we appreciate the support. Us being OGs in the game, that sounds cool too. We're just happy to be here, and we're stoked to show up, and yeah.
What's the social media they can follow along at?
At 3 Bros Grow. And if Zuckerberg will unshadow ban us, we can expand more. But you know, we kind of like, we made it to like.
Come on, Zuck. We need your help.
We're gonna what? Reschedule. We can, you know, let us loose. Let us loose.
Tyler, I appreciate you
man.
hanging out with me, man. It was
Thanks,
it
bud.
was great to catch
Appreciate
up.
it.
Make sure if you are a dispensary here in California and you guys are interested in diversifying your rosin menu, this is a great product.
Yeah.
And of course, as well, there are other flower products.
Yeah.
Be sure to tap in, like, follow, subscribe.
We got rosin cartridges coming next week too.
Oh,
so we'll have, you know,
little
rosin
exclusive.
vapes. Yeah.
There we go. Rosin vapes from
we dropping
Three
it
Bros.
all.
Come on, man, tap in. Hey,
on
today's
now.
episode brought to you guys by Canna Brand Solutions. I love you all. Hall of Flowers Day 1, Ventura. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
I love you guys. Peace.